Hi guys, when Donald Trump spoke during his election campaigns and during his time as president that he would make America great again, many people asked, what period in history is he talking about? Now, some of us believed it was the 1950s, the post-war boom period which saw a massive rise in the standard of living of most Americans. A great time for the middle and working class, unless you happen to be a woman or from an ethnic minority background. However, it's become clear that Trump wants to go further back in time, back to the 19th century, when empires were on the rise in Europe, and comments like this from his Vice President JD Vance reinforce the idea that Trump is interested in empire building.
Denmark, which controls Greenland, it's not doing its job and it's not being a good ally. So you have to ask yourself, how are we going to solve that problem, solve our own national security? If that means that we need to take more territorial interest in Greenland, that is what President Trump is going to do, because he doesn't care about what the Europeans scream at us. He cares about putting the interests of America's citizens first.
Okay. So as I said, this sounds like empire building. This is sounding more and more like some unelected bureaucrat back in the 19th century who was talking about, yeah, let's draw lines on a map, places that I've never visited, we're going to take over this territory. So he's already talked about annexing Canada, taking back control of the Panama Canal, taking control of Greenland, occupying Gaza. See, I think what Trump is doing here is he's looking across the pond and he's seeing what Putin is doing. Putin decided, I'm going to annex Crimea. I don't care about the consequences. No one's going to do anything about it. And for a period of time, nobody did anything about it, including Trump. But Trump is looking at that and saying, well, I'm going to do the same. No one's going to stand in my way. Denmark can't do anything about it. NATO is not going to do anything about it. So, you know, there may be some sanctions imposed on the US, but it's not going to make any difference to me, and it will force Americans to rally around the flag, probably. So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts the process of attempting to annex Greenland and Canada. Honestly, we're in very strange territory now. Donald Trump has said on a number of occasions that he wants Canada to become the 51st state, and he wants to take control of Greenland. The people of Greenland don't want to be taken over by the US. The Canadians don't want to be the 51st state. Panama has said to get lost. But Trump doesn't care about that. He'll use economic sanctions, and of course that's a prelude to military force. Now, will the generals go along with Trump? Well, they will have to, because he will select the people to be in charge of any operation, and they will do as they're told. So if we're expecting the US military to resist Trump, I don't expect that to happen. We're not going to see it happen. The US military will go along with Trump because they have to. Look at what happened over the last number of decades. So, of course, he's going to find some excuse a bit stronger than, well, we just want that territory. Maybe he's going to have some sort of event. We're going to see some sort of event which will result in Trump saying we need to go in there. It'll be more difficult with Canada, but the pieces are falling in place. They keep talking about we need to take control of Greenland. Canada after that, but Greenland in particular, I think, is the first step. The criticism directed at Denmark, criticism directed at an ally of the US, at a NATO member, but Trump knows, and the vice president know, that they can get away with it because nobody's going to stand up to these bullies. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and thanks for watching.